Let's see cyberspace 2020. Everybody, we use social media. We use a lot of softwares in our desktop, in our computer system, in our corporate environments. Now there are two things happening in simultaneously. Somebody is designing some hardwares and somebody is designing some kind of softwares. Both are working in tandem, and that's giving you a lot of results. Why the vulnerabilities are there? Why the attacks are happening? And how it is happening? Who are responsible? And who should be responsible for this? So if you look into cybersecurity, it's a $6 trillion US industry. Do we really concern about the security? Then why it is happening? Let's take an example of .NET. If you use .NET as a technology developing any application, or use Java, or use Python, writing any applications, being a OEM who are using this languages to develop applications, or a hardware vendors, every time they integrate these things together, there are some gaps. People who want to target any hardware or any software to plant a malware, to initiate a DDoS attack, to execute a remote code, they always try to exploit these vulnerabilities. They always try to penetrate through your networks, through your application, and how they are doing, because they know how to exploit it. That means somewhere we are missing the link. When you develop an application, we miss that link to secure the application. Like for example, Android, open source is good, it's free, it's freely available, anybody can use it. But who is the responsible to secure open source like Android, which we all are using today? It is the OEM. Now the point is whether the OEM is doing knowingly or it is happening absolutely on a free way. Yes, there are two things happening. One, when you use a device, we should know how to use the device. That means the education of utilizing a devices is not happening. Before we use any device, we should know how to use, when to use, how to sanitize the device. Like for example, if you are using a mobile phone, we download a lot of applications without knowing the implication of those applications. Because it's freely available, and because it is freely available, it is vulnerable. Because nobody is taking the responsibility to securing it. If at all somebody is taking the responsibility, there is no manual available which says that these are the methods to secure the applications. So Beyond Security is a company which works primarily in two domains, software and hardware. We try to identify the vulnerabilities associated with any software which is available on this planet. We are the company, probably this is the #1 company which covers 300 plus protocols where the entire global communication is happening. Being it a telecom company or it's a hardware development company like Cisco or Juniper or anybody else, they use the same protocol to communicate with each other in a converged network. So Beyond Security as a company does a lot of research on those protocols and helps its partners to secure those protocols for getting vulnerable and shut down any network in coming days. We as a company, like the product bSource. bSource is a product which developed by our company, serving the largest client in the world, starting from Microsoft, MasterCard, Fed Reserve, US Army, US Navy, most of the reputed clients, identifying the known and unknown vulnerabilities for any application they're using on their network. And it's also helping the partner to identify the remediation of these vulnerabilities so that nobody can take over the network and shut down the system in no point of time.